Let's talk about wormhole ore mining in a cheap venture. So this is the fit. Let's start from this. So we have shield extenders, very standard stuff, just to have enough shield buffer in case something pops on us. The nozzle joints to have a better align time, so we could get to warp faster, and even more core compensation, although venture already has some. Then standard miner stuff and core probes to find the wormholes in the first place. I have jumped to Autaris, which is, I don't know, 6-7 jumps from Jita. Far enough as it seems. And going to scan down some signatures in here. This seems to be a quiet corner. You can use the dotlan maps to find the silent corners. Wormhole in the first try. Okay. That's somewhat lucky. Let's see if we can pin it down. It has a really strong signal. It's interesting, but fine. Yeah. So sometimes finding the wormhole itself takes more time than the rest of the activities, but I figured I would include this into the video as well, so it doesn't start out straight like here is the wormhole and this is how it works. So at first you have to find them. Okay, unstable wormhole. Let's jump next to it and see what is it. I will make a subfolder to keep all the wormhole related stuff. And the locations in your, like the location bookmarks are your best friends, so you definitely need to master those to do any kind of wormhole disco.
Warp drive active.
Initially you just want to jump next to the wormhole and bookmark it by itself, so you don't have to scan it down again. Should you need to go back there. Unlikely in this case, but yeah. So I will recover my probes before I hop into anywhere. It's very bad to be inside of wormhole space without your probes. And using standard probes here. I mean, you saw from the fit, the wall fit was at 800k, so nothing fancy. You see that we don't have a prop mode, but the venture is speed even without this, so we don't really need one, and we get more tank if we don't have it. So, like, yeah, we don't plan to run around with the prop mode. Okay, checking the wormhole. Only medium or small sized ships, stable enough. We can go in. There's a bunch of guides on the internet like how the wormhole descriptions look like, so I won't repeat them here. So the first thing that you want to do when you enter a wormhole, you want to bookmark it from the inside, so you have a way how to get out before you do anything else. Now you can just look around. I will just jump to the vicinity of some kind of moon. I will create a bookmark halfway there, so I will have a safe spot. This is all very standard procedure. So yeah, we have safe spot close to the sun, but not exactly at any planet or moon, so the others would have to scan us down while we're in there, so they just can't jump on us like that. What I haven't started doing here yet, looking at the D-scan, which you should do. Just hammering the V button in the UI will do it for you. And then I'm checking out what kind of places there exist here. The isolated core deposit looks familiar to me. You can see like it has a bunch of nice ores, and it also has listed here 3 entities that will be guarding it, but these entities won't be there in the beginning. they will only warp in like when you have been there, I don't know, like 15 or 20 minutes.
Warp drive active.
So how do we go to the deposit? At first you want to jump into like a 100-kilometer range in case the NPCs are there, or in case some kind of player is there. I'm scanning in the direction of the minefield itself as well. So okay, we have gneiss or gneiss or however we should pronounce it. I will call it gneiss. I don't care what it should be really. I will just bookmark an asteroid itself and I will warp away.
Active.
So I will not use the slow-mo moving around. First off, we don't have a prop mode, and second of all, like, we don't want to run around at a slow pace. It only makes us more vulnerable to things. So yeah, I will jump back directly on top of the asteroid and we can start mining. So the reasoning why it's this called ninja mining is that we don't plan to take any of the fights that happen here. We don't have any offensive capabilities really. And we have 2 drones in our bay, but they are not really useful. And let's get the miners away. Something that I like to do is offset the miners from each other. So when one has run half way full, the other one is finished. This way, if I have to warp out at some kind of emergency, I will lose less ore. Because if you warp away with your miners active, then you lose whatever the ore was in there. So yeah, now you see me offsetting them. And yeah, aligning to the safe spot, so in case something shows up, we can quickly jump away. Keeping an eye on the T-scan. And yeah, now the somewhat boring part starts, right? I'm just keeping my eyes open and hammering away in the obfuscated Alliance chat in the corner. And just keeping an eye open and mining. I'll just speed up this part of the video. Not much to describe here. Keeping eyes open, verifying that I have the correct filters even in the D-scan. It helps if you have an alliance chat, so you actually keep focus on this window and don't start to do other stuff. Eventually, if none of the players will find you here, then the NPCs will. If the players would be coming, they might just warp here directly. So even looking at the D-scan might not warn you enough. Because I mean, this is a public anomaly visible in the probe scanner all the time. And here you can see the NPCs have warped in. So I'm heading up because I don't have a chance against them in a fight. Switching off the miners, leaving the NPCs there. And they are way too beefy for a single venture to take on. If you would have a more proper ship, you could probably take them, but the venture has no real capabilities of offense, especially not with the warp stabilization fitted. And they're just doing the very same thing here with another isolated core deposit. Exactly the same moves. At first bookmarking the exact asteroid, warping away, warping back, keeping eyes open, waiting until everything is clean, and then just quickly getting out from there. I'll just speed up the travel back to Jita so we can see the fair price of the stuff that we got. And yeah, here you can see like what the market is offering. So I was just checking like, is there any point to make a higher price sell over the like month period, but it actually turns out it's almost just as good to sell it on spot. But yeah, like within this one trip we paid more for what the ship is worth. I think it's a nice activity to do too every now and then. A bit risky, but that's also some of the fun.